we're ending up on day 5 is detangling. So with detangling, it is very important that you work with your hair in sections. It is much easier to detangle when you create some finite parts and sections in your hair and you focus on that section. So, and you also, as you're moving between sections, you want to twist the hair and clip it, or just loosely twist it and leave it hanging as you move to the next section. But you don't want to leave it just free form hanging there, because what's going to happen, shrinkage starts happening. And when shrinkage starts happening, your hair is retangling all over again. You just work through that section to detangle it, so you don't want to let shrinkage starts happening and then all that hair to retangle again. So once you have detangled a section, you clip it up with some type of hair clip, or you just loosely twist it to keep it long and to keep it detangled. Because you work too hard to get it detangled, don't let it tangle back up before you're ready. Tighter curl patterns require wet detangling with some type of product with slip. And this is because just the amount of tangling, the shed hairs that may be in there. So I'm in this group of tighter curl patterns. And so I need to make sure my hair is wet, and then I have some type of product for slip. Very important for the tighter curl patterns. Some of the larger curl patterns and some of the wave patterns, they can detangle with dry hair or semi-wet hair, or maybe not even using product. It just depends, but the tighter patterns, you need to be able to use your hair needs to be wet, and you need to be using a product with slip to get the best results. And you know, as you're going through your detangling process, you want to make sure you're stretching your hair down, because as you're stretching it down gently, this helps in getting the shed hairs out of the mix. It helps in pulling all that out. And you want to start down here at the ends, and you want to start by finger detangling first and just easing that hair out, and then you work your way up the hair shaft, still finger detangling all the way to the root. So you start at the ends and you work your way up to the roots. And then when you've gone through it with your fingers, then this is where you can next use a wide tooth comb to then repeat the process. Again, starting at the ends and working your way up to the roots. And the reason why it is better to start your hair at the ends and then work your way up to the roots is because if you start above a knot and you're trying to wishbone it, trying to pull the hair apart, this is where you start making the knots lower, tighter, because you're pulling it from above, and so you're making that knot tighter. And you want to come at it from underneath to loosen the knot rather than to let it get tighter. So that's why you always want to start at the ends and then work your way up. And then you start with your fingers, and then you move to a detangling comb, a wide tooth comb, or you can use a detangling brush if that's your choice. And so as you repeat this process for each section, and then you're clipping it out of the way, or you're loosely twisting it to keep it from retangling again. Now, if you find that the implement that you're using to do your detangling results in, if you're getting friction, and what I mean by friction is as you're trying to pull the comb through your hair, it's like resisting you. It's resisting the ability to slide down the hair shaft. And in some cases, the comb is actually bending back up. If you're encountering something like that, you want to move to a frictionless comb or brush, or even a wooden comb or brush would be your next best option. I do tend to get friction, and so there's only certain types of combs or brushes I use. I have wooden combs, for example, so I'm not getting the friction. And I also have a frictionless comb with a hook on it that I keep in the shower for simplicity. So let's see. So those are our healthcare topics for this week, days 1 through 5, summarized quite quickly. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Give me some comments below if you'd like to see this continued, or if you'd like to see a different format, because I was going live weekly, and some said that it wasn't necessarily the best format for them. Some felt that if I gave them more chunks of information or bites of information at one point in time, that would be more helpful, give them time to come back and review on their own time. So I'm just trying to change things up a bit, but you let me know what you'd like to see. And I'm loving my Curly Coily Tresses branded t-shirts. You know, one day we're gonna have to do a giveaway with some t-shirts and products, because we haven't done a giveaway in a while, so we'll have to focus on that. And also, if you haven't already grabbed a copy of my free ebook, please do so. And one other thing, we have a sale going on, Labor Day 20% off site-wide. I will drop the link in the comments below. Thanks again. Have a good weekend, and I hope you've had a great week.